All right, guys, what's up? Chad here from Washwizard Powerwashing out in Jacksonville, Florida. Today is a hot one. It is July 3rd, and I am melting out here. It's the humidity's high, and thank God there's a little breeze, though. I'll give it that. But hot day. So today we're going to be hitting a driveway. I'm going to step you through the process. Let me spin this around so you can see what we're looking at. So as you can see, there's tons of organic growth on it, all the dark areas. I didn't see a whole lot of staining, but we're not here to remove stains. We're only here to get this growth off. And you can see somebody actually took a whack at it with a power washer, probably just gave up after about 5 minutes when they realized they were just wasting their time. So, you know, today what we're gonna do is we're gonna pre-treat this driveway, which for those of you that don't know, pre-treating and post-treating basically just means hit it with an SH mix. Once again, for those of you that don't know, SH is sodium hypochlorite, which is the main ingredient in bleach. We use a commercial grade, so it's not what you would buy in the stores. You know, we use a 12.5%. You could get that at like your pool supply distributors and stuff like that. I think in some of the Walmarts you could buy 10%, which is pretty strong. So, you know, for all those do-it-yourselfers, if you get yourself a gallon of like a pool bleach, you could see right on the back on the ingredients, it'll say sodium hypochlorite, and it'll have a percentage rating. You know, if you get something that's at 10%, you know, you mix that 1-to-1 with some water, so now you're at 5%. Throw that in a sprayer, pump sprayer, and what I would recommend is just pre-wetting the surface, driveway or whatever concrete surface you plan on power washing, cleaning, and hit that with your mix from your sprayer. That's now a 5% mix. Another way you could really accomplish that, to be honest, is if you don't want to go through all that, you could just grab some Clorox, regular bleach, which is probably somewhere around 4% sodium hypochlorite, and just throw that straight. Don't mix it. Just put that straight in your pump sprayer, and like I said, just hit it quick with a quick rinse on the surface first, and then spray it. Don't spray it directly on a dry surface, because it'll just, especially on a hot day like this, it'll just evaporate, and you'll actually just flash dry the sodium hypochlorite, which you really just don't want to do. So spray it down, let it dwell for about 10 minutes, and then proceed with your power washing. And then when you're done, you can post-treat it, which is basically the same thing. You're just gonna put that in the sprayer, spray it on, and just let that sit on there. Don't rinse it. You know, let that one just stay on there. So that one's going to flash off eventually and dry. But before it does that, it'll kill any of the extra growth that you didn't kill when you did the surface cleaning itself. So, quick little do-it-yourself tips. Obviously, nothing is going to come out as good as a professional coming in and doing it with the right machinery. But, you know, I'm always been a weekend warrior myself. I always like doing my own projects, so I know there's a lot of yous out there. So if I can help, that's what I'm here for. But I'm gonna start pulling my hoses, get it all set up, and then we'll get to it. All right, guys, so we got our hoses set up. I pulled out the high pressure. It's up there. I pulled out the soft wash. It's up there. We have our supply hose over here feeding our buffer tank. We're ready to get started. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to use the pressure and blow all the debris off the driveway. You know, you don't want that getting tangled up in your, you know, in your surface cleaner. You know, you just damage it like that. So you'll see when I'm doing the surface cleaner, occasionally I'll tilt it on one angle. You gotta be careful when you do that you're not like on a weird spot, because there's a you know, there's a rod in there with 2 high pressure tips on it that are spinning at a really quick RPM, and if you catch something, you you could wreck your surface clean. But you do want to just come up like an inch or two every so often, just to blow anything that got caught in there, any kind of debris out of there. You'll see me doing that periodically. But we're going to use the high pressure tip, fan tip, to blow all the debris off the driveway. And then what I like to do is kind of etch out the driveway. Now, I get a lot of criticism here because I always call it etching out the driveway, and you could, when you damage concrete, it's called etching the concrete. It's just what I've been saying forever. I'm so used to it. So to me, etching out the concrete, unless I'm damaging it, which I never am, is just basically cutting it out. So all the corners where the surface cleaner can't get to, I'm going to hit with the wand, clean it up about 4 or 6 inches off of the perimeters and a little in the corners, because the surface cleaner's round and you can't get into the corners, obviously. And then you let the surface cleaner do the rest of the work. So between the pre-treat, surface cleaning, and post-treat, that's pretty much how you get your driveways real clean without the zebra stripes in them. And let's get to it. Now, another way for yous out there that don't have a soft wash system, if you're just getting started and maybe you don't have the budget for a soft wash system, what you can do is you can use an X-Jet system. So all you would need is your power washer, and you buy an X-Jet, which is about $150 to $200, and you could actually shoot sodium hypochlorite at pretty much whatever percentages you want, depending on how you actually cut the batch. So you could get a 3% if you want, you can get a 6%, so it's a really nifty little tool. Highly recommend it, even if you have a dedicated soft wash system. But we'll get into that in other videos. But for now, I'm gonna pre-treat with the soft wash. Alright guys, so I just finished rinsing out my soft pump system. Got some fresh water through it for about 3-4 minutes. You could actually run your hand through the screen, and if it's not slick, then all this all the SH is out. If it's just dry, like it just feels like regular water, it's good. If it's slick, like real slippery, then there's still SH in there. Alright, so I'm gonna etch out the perimeter, and then I'm going to hook up the surface cleaner and get to it. Like I said, always try to work organized. Get your hoses untangled when you have to, because that's going to make you quicker. All right, so I just finished etching everything out. You'll notice I hit the dividers in the concrete. I also hit cracks in the concrete. You want to get those because the surface cleaner doesn't do as good of a job on those areas. So consider them like perimeters. Just etch those out as well, get them knocked out, and then you're ready to go with the surface cleaner. Okay. So now here's something to keep in mind. Concrete is extremely porous, and over years, the staining will absolutely not come out no matter what you do. I mean, you can make it look a million times better like this, but if you think it's gonna come out like it's brand new concrete, that would be a misconception. And to sit here and tell your customers anything different would be misleading. You know, so when I explain to my customers what they can expect, I try to shoot on the low side of it so that it won't be less than that, and hopefully deliver higher. You know, like I said, this is 30 plus years old, and you know, over that time, especially concrete like this, you see how big these rock particles are? The reason that they're that big is typically because as it rains and as you're driving on it, mostly as it rains over years and years, you know, the sun, everything deteriorating the concrete, the rock particles that are in the concrete, they just start to flatten out, kind of like a shell, and they get bigger and more pronounced. So whenever you see concrete that has these very dense rock particles, it's not because it was poured like that, it's because it's old. And that's just one more telltale of how old the concrete is. You know, so, you know, when you're out there giving estimates and you're telling somebody, you know, what to expect, make sure that they understand that, you know, when you wash a driveway, you're killing all of the organic growth. That's the kind of black haze that's on top of the concrete. You know, sometimes if it's really, really built up, I mean, super built up, you know, you might actually get like a moss coating, or, you know, you might get like some algae on top. Most of the time, it's just that black layer of mold, mildew that accumulates over time. And that's all alive. So when you hit it with the bleach, you're actually killing it and then washing it away. And that's what they can expect. So let's look around here and you'll see, like here, that's actually paint. So somebody dropped some paint there and I took it off. There's no paint there. Okay, you can't feel it, It's not raised, but that pigmentation in the paint gets deep into the pores, and you really can't do a whole lot with that. Now I can make that look a lot better with different kinds of chemicals to pull the stain out, but more than likely there'll still be a shadow of it. You know, here's some more paint. You can see that's all paint. This is a stain. That's a rust spot. It's some kind of a mineral, calcium. This is probably something like an oil stain. Something just got left there. Now, you know, certain degreasers will pull most of that stain right out. But that is an upcharge. No, that's not part of a driveway cleaning. A driveway cleaning is just killing that live bacteria. A house wash, a roof wash, all of that is just to kill the live bacteria that's growing on the surface. The rest is specialty stuff. It takes different chemicals. It's a longer process. It takes more time. So, you know, you get paid more for that. So to me right now, this looks pretty good. I see, it's hard to tell probably with the camera, but I don't really see too much striping. But I am going to just, you know, post-treat it quick with a 4% SH mix. Just rinse it down like we did when we pre-treated it. And that I'm going to leave on there. And that's just going to kill whatever else is on here that I didn't get. And that's a wrap. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out these videos above for more information about, you know, power washing, soft washing, the world of exterior cleaning. And I'll catch you on the next one.